Hi guys, and welcome back to this journey towards excellent exam results. In these shorter revision videos, we are going to be breaking down different concepts within the GCSE Geography specification. The aim of this is to help us understand the concepts better and to give us the information and confidence we need to answer exam questions. In today's video, we are going to be discussing the interaction between the biotic and abiotic factors of biomes. Okay, let's get started. So the next thing that our specification requires us to know is the interaction between biotic and abiotic factors within the biome. So biomes have a living part, which is the biotic part, and then a non-living part, which is the abiotic. Now the abiotic part includes the sun, the atmosphere, water, rock, and the soil. And the biotic and abiotic interact with each other all the time. So let's start off with, we've got a summary here, and we'll start off with the sun's energy. Now, as we've said, that the sun is the abiotic part, and the sun's energy is taken by the plants. Now, those plants then use, and plants obviously are the biotic. So sun abiotic, plants biotic, and they're interacting because the sun's energy is being taken in by the plants to make carbohydrates through the process of photosynthesis, and those carbohydrates obviously are what those plants need to grow. So the sun is helping the plants to grow and to thrive. Then secondly, we have animals that are taking in oxygen from the atmosphere and giving off carbon dioxide. So animals, biotic, carbon dioxide, abiotic, being given off into the atmosphere. Well, the atmosphere is abiotic, and the carbon dioxide is given off into the atmosphere, which is abiotic. The trees then, now again, biotic, taking the carbon dioxide and convert it into oxygen, and that regulates the atmosphere and keeps the temperatures within acceptable levels. Then thirdly here, we have the herbivores. So these herbivores then consume the plants that have been using the sun's energy for the process of photosynthesis to make their own food and to thrive. Then obviously, yeah, the herbivores then are eaten by they then eat those plants. They consume the plants, and the energy within those plants is transferred to them to help them to grow. Then the herbivores themselves are then consumed by carnivores. And when these plants and animals eventually die, they are broken down by the detritivores, or sometimes they are referred to as detrivores, and decomposes, and they end up as nutrients in the soil. So you can see here that there has been a transfer of nutrients and carbon between the sun and the plants, and then now the animals, and eventually we have carbon as well being transferred into the soil. So there's interaction between the biotic and the abiotic all the time. So let's go on to the fourth one, and this is the rocks. So the rocks are broken down into the soil by weathering processes. So we know weathering processes such as biological weathering, chemical weathering, and freeze thaw weathering or physical weathering. So when those rocks are broken down into the soil by the weathering processes, they also add nutrients into the soil. Okay. Then fifth here, we have plants using the nutrients from the rocks. So the rocks obviously are abiotic, and now the plants are using those nutrients from those rocks, plants being biotic now, and decomposed plants as well of animals and plants from the soil to help them grow. Okay, so nutrients within the soil come from both the rocks and from the remains of dead plants and animals. And those again are used by the plants to grow. Then sixth, here we have rain from the atmosphere that then is used to facilitate the growth of plants, and then by the animals as well, because they'll drink the water. Animals have water within them. It also infiltrates the soil, as in the rainfall, and is stored in the soil as soil moisture or groundwater after percolation has taken place. Then the last one here that we'll be talking about is that some of the water is transferred back into the atmosphere by the plants as transpiration. And then animals as well will perspire, and the ground will also release water vapor through evaporation. Now, if we have a combination of water from the ground and from the plants, it's called evapotranspiration. But when it's separate from the plants are losing water vapor through their leaves, and that process is transpiration. And then we have evaporation, as the water is heated by the sun and it's evaporating and going back into the atmosphere, and then the animals again are perspiring and giving off that water vapor. That brings us to the end of this video on the interaction between biotic and abiotic factors of biomes. I hope that you have found the information insightful and useful. I have also done a video covering the whole of topic 7 on people and the biosphere. It will pop up as one of the suggested videos at the end of this one, and can also be found in the people and the biosphere playlist. Videos on all the other subtopics within this topic are also in that playlist. Thanks once again for joining in this journey towards excellent exam results. All the best, and see you again soon. Bye-bye.